Uh, well, why did we get started? The Foundry was founded on the idea that it's becoming more and more challenging to launch a new startup. The bar keeps getting raised. Investors like Robin want to see a huge market opportunity, a great solution, proof of principle, perfect IP situation, reimbursement from healthcare providers so that they know that the device will get paid and therefore adopted. And so they want a complete package. At the same time, they're managing bigger portfolios. You just saw all of the great companies that Robin's responsible for. And unfortunately, he doesn't have the time necessarily to really do the early nuts and bolts development work. So that creates a window, an opportunity for the Foundry to take those ideas and do the early work to put it all together so that it becomes very fundable and attractive for investment. If you looked at startups 20 years ago, especially in the medical device world, a doctor would get a great idea. He'd be doing procedures all day, say there's got to be a better way, come up with a solution. He'd have a cousin who was an engineer, and that cousin would have a friend who was an investor, and the company would sort of stumble into existence. That's getting harder and harder to do. They really don't have the time flexibility, the skill set to really put it together. And so by the time a company like that gets into the hands of people who've really been involved in startups, it's often got a complicated capitalization and other issues that need to be worked through. So we thought we could start things better from the start and have better companies that move faster and achieve more success for everybody. So what do? We really are an incubator, and that name has a lot of meanings to a lot of people. Sometimes it's just a space where companies can come and grow, and you can share the copier and the phone system and maybe get some advice or some accounting. And we don't work that way. What we do is we look at a whole lot of ideas, both ideas that we generate internally. We spend a lot of time focused on specific disease sets, inventing, as well as ideas that come to us from a variety of sources, and pick just one or maybe two of those ideas each year and really then become that company. I become perhaps the CEO of the company, and the Foundry team just focuses entirely on that project for the next 6 to 18 months, building the team, building the story, filing the intellectual property, licensing other ideas, writing the business plan, raising the funding, recruiting the team, and gradually over time, we segue ourselves out of that project and move on to the next one, but the team is already up and running and has everything it needs to move forward successfully. We remain involved as board members, as advisors, consultants, on very nearly a daily basis because it takes a long time. In the medical device world, by the time you get through clinical trials and commercialization, you're talking about a 5 to 7 year commitment. And we recognize that up front and commit to it all the way through.